Hello, everybody. Hello, Captain.
Hi. Hey, honey, how are you?
I've been doing fine. I done
I can't
started back teaching.
see. There you are. I said I couldn't see you, and I definitely want to make sure that there's a good-looking face on the screen. Definitely.
Well, I thank you very much. And Captain,
Okay. Well, see that's a good thing I enjoy is when I do shows. I have two teachers. I have like Tom was on last night with me, and he's a teacher. And then when you're on, you're a teacher, and then
Mhm.
I'm just a knowledgeable old dude. So
Right.
I can teach, but I just don't have a class. Actually, my classroom is here. My classroom is here.
Everybody, I'd love to post, but I'm having trouble with my posting thing. Hello,
Go.
everybody, and thank you for coming in tonight. And we need to get right started with what I want to talk about is my shopping list. Okay, for vets free agency. We ain't talking about the draft yet. Okay, what positions do you think have to be vet positions filled with vets? I'm not saying if we could,
Okay.
whether we could,
There.
but your shopping list in the free agency market. Well, let me just start it right off because I think you're freezing or something. Are you freezing? Are you talking? I'm gonna start it right off. O line, O line, O line,
I
and
and time. Why is it not? Oh, I know why. Because they're open. Okay, 1 second. Okay, open,
and I
open,
think
open,
there's a
open.
lot of
Stay.
people out there that
Okay.
just
So
we
I want to
have.
make sure that
You keep freezing.
the
Oops.
the
Are we freezing?
isn't a lot. So I'm hopefully that all of
Can't
this
hear
paper
anything you're
I'm
saying.
doing
You're it's freezing.
gets
Keep going.
saved.
Well, let me talk about the O line because a lot of people are talking about draft picks, and we did draft some guys last year, right? Two guys who got a little playing time this year, but and then of course we have two question marks: JPJ coming back from an injury, and of course Colton Miller. All right, and I just have to say guard, center, or guard, guard. And I think our audience will agree we just have to pick up vet presences on that O line. And especially when you now got Kubiak in here, okay? There's just no way that Kubiak's going to be able to run any kind of offense unless he fixes that line. Plus, I don't want to waste another year of Junty's time. We just have to get him started. We have to get that explosion started, and this is why we need to go right to the free agent list. Okay, 2026 free agent list. So, Captain, have I got you yet? Ooh. Oh, it's just me now. All right, guys, you've been to your 2026 free agent list for the NFL. I haven't really looked hard yet, but tell me who you got. Guard, guard, guard. And that's going to be really tough, okay, for two reasons. One, getting somebody in here that is really going to be dedicated to this team, okay, and helping us on that time. But number two, right, it's got to be somebody who um, is ready to teach those young guys how to play the game. All right. Uh, are you there, Captain, now? Captain? I just can't hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah, Peggy.
I'm so sorry. I can't hear you.
Okay, hang on here. Uh,
Technical difficulties. I'm so sorry out there. I don't know what's going on with Captain's feed. Sport track. Guard, guard. All right. Did you have technical difficulties last night? No. As I said, sorry guys. Really want to chat with you online, but the thing now it lets me post. And we've got about 5, 6 guards out there, and nobody is impressed with them at all. But we got to do something. I was looking at Matt Sharping. Of course, Dylan is a free agent. We were glad to see him go. I think they're going to let him go, but most of you guys are in your 30, 32 age range. Got a few guys 27, but what we don't know is we don't know enough about them. All right. Maybe you guys have some suggestions. Wonder how it is without Captain. Captain, are you back?
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Barely. Okay. Okay, good. Folks, by the way, do not get mad at Peggy. Be mad at me because other than doing things around the house, I'm doing my taxes. So I have all of these folders and pictures and words up that I have to do it by hand because cut and paste doesn't effing work the way I want it to. So I have to do it manually. So there's a bunch of stuff on my computer and it does slow down the system. So hopefully getting rid of all of these things, which I'm going to have to try to get back, which will be a pain in the ass after the show, but I'll do that. We should be good. So don't be mad at Peggy. Be mad at the old man here trying to do his taxes. Okay,
well, let's
that's
go
what I'm going
right
to say.
along, Captain, because I asked you a question up top. Your vet free agent list for the Raiders.
Yeah, O line.
Right
I
now.
want. Yeah, why now? Like I said, I want Linderbaum or McGovern or this kid that's from the Panthers. Guard centers. They're capable of playing guard. They're capable of playing center. They're very capable at center, but they also play guard. So you get the two of those guys, and then you go out and get in free agency. You get. I'm sorry, what was that?
No, keep going. I mean, I asked you what your list was. O line, guard, center. Just like that.
Well, guard center. That's one person though. A guard center or a center guard. If you get two of them, then you got a center, then you got a guard. And that's important because then you have not only do you have a quality free agent, but then you have somebody that if they don't plug in immediately, you have depth with Carlos Rogers getting his spot at guard after somebody that is capable like Rick Dennison to teach him how to play the position. And that's very important because we have all of these good gentlemen that could play the position, but they wasted a year sitting behind. And I'm going to try not to every time I think of Brendan Carroll, I want to go into a Tourette's syndrome. Okay.
Captain, I know we love to jump on Carroll, but that O-line in 2024 was just as horrible. I mean, they were 31st in rushing. They gave up 50 sacks. We had one quarterback injured twice. Minshew out for the year. I know Carroll was
we had
nothing to improve it.
Right.
O-line was bad.
We didn't improve any. Okay. We regressed. We wasted a whole year of something that we could be moving towards because not only did the Carrolls come in and like nuke the team, they nuked the development of players that could have had at least one good year of learning under their belt. Carlos Rogers, Grant, and even Laki Tassi. Laki Tassi is good on accident. He's a big dude with quick feet and like see man, move man, throw man. And that's what he can do if they have a capable line coach. So now we have, so those are three guys right there that had the year wasted. Now I'm not really, and then we drafted, here's the other thing. We drafted Alex Crappa, which was horrible. He's going to be gone. Thank God.
Right? Yeah, maybe he'll be gone. I had these same, we were having these same conversations last year this time. We were saying that there's no way that Carroll cannot know how badly that O-line needs upgrading. The O-line is
he did know. Peggy, he did know, but he didn't do anything to solve it. He put his Tweedle F twat. Sorry, I know that's a bad word with the T word. The
Right, he put his
Tweedle
son on
Foxtrot
there, but
Tango son. He
we,
didn't
we,
do
we,
anything.
we know that, but neither did the Raider front office. You see, what we don't know is
who is the
what
Raider
that
front office?
relationship was. There's no way
We
one
knew
not
what the
know
relationship.
that O-line was our number one priority, and yet nothing was done. That mystified
Bullshit.
me.
Bullshit. And I'm going to call you on that. We drafted Rodgers and Grant 98 and 99. You know why? Because our GM knew that the offensive line was a problem. The problem was
let me be more specific. Free agent vets, guys with experience. I know we draft. The draft is nice. It deals with long term and what you're building. But this O-line isn't an O-line that needed to that had to could wait for building. We needed help immediately, and we still need help immediately.
And
not project.
And we screw. What's the old expression that they used in the Mercury program? The Mercury program, when he had the little Mercury capsule and they threw it in the drink, screwed the pooch. We got Alex Crappa and nobody else.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm not talking about anything else. Okay. That's a front office function.
Yeah.
I do not know for the life of me why neither Carol,
Peggy,
why it wasn't a priority for our team last year.
What now? But let me ask you something. When you say you said it's a front office problem, it was a dysfunctional, non-working front office, which has been revitalized by knowing that we have the director of football operations, some guy by the name of Brady, like him or not, that's the DFO, right? With a GM underneath him who actually knows things. He, at least now you can say, well, what has he done? Well, he does have a year under his belt, right? And I liked who he drafted. Now, he swung and missed badly on the free agent acquisitions. He did, okay? Specifically on the O-line. But now we got the director.
I want to do a public service by going right to that, okay? Why?
Okay.
Would we have
Peggy, let me ask you.
And I've said it many, many times why we might have trouble in the free agent market. Many times.
Okay. Well, let me ask you something. Look, you're a teacher, right? And you work for somebody. You got a boss.
Mm-hmm.
And your boss says you are going to do this, right? And you're like, that kind of is anti. Was it the anti? It's counter. Sorry, counterproductive. It's counterproductive.
I didn't know the organizational structure with Carol there, but Carol's gone now. Okay,
he is gone, and we are starting. Peggy, now you're saying? Okay, well, I have a 95. I won't go 98 like I wanted to. We have a 95% clue that we know what the hell we're doing now. And I say the royal we. And the reason why I know that is because when Klint Kubiak came into the building, who was not at the podium? Mark Davis was not at the podium. He let Spytek run the show. Okay. He acknowledged Tom Brady. And when anything was addressed to, I won't even bag on Mark. I want to so bad, but I won't bag on Mark right now. But he let Spytek run the show. Okay, Spytek says, this is what we're going to do. This is our coach. We know what our problems are. And then Klint Kubiak, along with all these Raider greats, said, this is what we're going to do. It was the presentation. You know why that's important? It's important because we got to show the NFL world that we are not that dysfunctional family like we've been in the past. And the way you do that is you start from Jump Street and you present it in no uncertain terms. I'm the GM. I got good guys, and this is my new coach, and he will give coaches his view. You know, he's going to grab the coaches. It's his show underneath me. I run shit, but he's going to run the staff. And saying that is very important to free agents. Very important to free agents.
We shall see. And you know, right now, Spytech has a lot to show us. He has to show us first. He can get out there on that free agent market and get us some decent free agents. We start out with O-line, but wide receiver, number one wide receiver, huge, and we may have to trade for one. Okay, that's another.
And before we go there, before we go there, because you mentioned the T word, trade. And we're probably, if we want somebody, because you know what, you're like Pete Carroll. I'm going to say this, Peggy. You like Pete Carroll. You don't like to play the rookies. You don't. You like to see, well, what have you shown me?
I get that. So right. All I'm saying is the truth. A rookie is not what that O-line needs. They got enough rookies.
Wait, no.
They need a coach.
I'm off the O-line.
I'm off the O-line. Carol.
You were talking about wide receivers. I went from O-line to wide receiver because you broached the subject. We're talking wide receiver. O-line, we already said what we need, what needs to be done. And, the old thing like with Yul Brenner in the 10 Commandments, so let it be written, so let it be done. We'll see. Correct?
I'm asking if you think we need a vet there in that number one wide receiver slot.
For wide receiver? Yeah, we do.
A number one
we do.
Wide receiver. I'm asking if you think we need a vet there.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we do.
Job number 2 for Spytech. I'll be watching. Okay. He's got a huge job on his hands, and attracting good free agent talent to the Raiders is monumental. We haven't made it easy for him. We just haven't. The Raiders, as they have functioned before he got here, we just haven't made it easier. What other positions do you think we can go vet? We can use some vet.
Well, because now we're talking free agency and trades, right? Because I'm going to use them both, free agency and trade. Guys that have shown their mettle
vet
in the NFL. We've talked. Peggy, listen to me, please. I said we're not going to talk about the O-line anymore. Okay, we're talking about free agency and vets. Either money or trade, because you can get them either way. Money or trade. So now we got to get a number one wide receiver. We both agree on that. Okay. Although honestly, I don't think that's our number one concern as far as the O-line is. Our number one concern for a free agency vet is cornerback, signing our own Stokes, and getting another one. Because I like what we got with Porter, who's not a rookie anymore, by the way. He's a 1-year vet. So give me Stokes on the sign, throw me Porter on the other side, and then get me another cornerback via free agency or a trade. Because you can use either one, free agency or a trade. But I want to re-sign Stokes. That's the first thing I want to do. And while we're at it, the next thing that I want to get is I want to get a bigger established run gulper, okay, on the D line, okay? And the reason why I say I want to go cornerback first, because I like what they have had last year with Rob Leonard running the defensive line, okay? I like what we saw when they were effing playing J.J. Pegues and Tonka Hemingway and Booker, who we got in trade,
exactly.
right?
They gave me a reason to smile those last few days, and I said, "Okay,
Right,
right."
right.
And that
So
took
I don't
DC
necessarily
off of my vet list because I
Thank
like
you.
what I saw. Okay, with the development of these guys, the rotation. We have a new D line coach, so you know we may or may not see any difference, but that took that off the vet list for me. Okay,
Well,
and you're
DT,
happy with the
not
linebacker
again,
core?
not really, but, and here's why I say not really, but that can wait. That can wait. You need to fix the secondary first. You're fixing the D line with what we have. You still need another rush end. And I say with that, because you like to have some, God forbid we play it, we pay a rookie, okay? I want to go back and get Caleb on Chason again. He was in our camp and he wanted to go get a little bit more money and get the starting spot. Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
guess
so
what?
many
He's a free
things
agent
from
again.
last year, from Spytek's first year. I mean, so many people got away that I don't know why they got away. I'll give him that first year because he was a rookie. Okay, Spytek was a rookie.
Yeah, but he was under the thumb. Now I'm going to do some like what is it? Mick Jagger. Under my thumb, I'm Pete Carroll. I'm gonna fuck your team because you're under my thumb, and that's what happened.
And so Spytek
And
just
so
did
that's so we got rid of
right
because it's his boss. The way it was last year, that was his boss. It was ass backwards. Pete Carroll dictated what the team was going to be run by. Spytek did very well in the draft in spite of Pete Carroll. He got us some really decent up and coming draft picks. I think so.
Of course, we all know that model,
I can mention four of them.
That franchise model with the head coach being the GM rarely works. Okay, and it's rarely worked throughout NFL history. But yet, Raiders had to try it anyway for the second time.
and now we're not. Now we're not. It's done. It
appears that we're not. Okay. I don't know. Again, I don't know what Spytek is capable for, but we've made the job of getting free agents really hard for him. I kind of feel sorry for him. He's got a job
Peggy,
to do.
again.
Show us.
I play. God, I can't remember what his name is. You're Shayna, and I'm the other old guy on CBS. Point counterpoint. I disagree. Everything you say. I almost disagree with everything you say. Yeah. Okay. But here's the thing. We got rid of the big problem. But now that they know that they are the veterans that are out there in the NFL, knowing that we've cleaned house, okay, that the organization is now functional with the man in charge, the only person he has to answer to basically is himself.
Appears to be functional.
Okay.
How many times do you have to get slapped upside?
Okay, now let me ask you.
How many times do you have to see the Raiders change structures, change coaches, change GMs? Same results. We have to be patient And we have to stop with all this cheerleading and raising of expectations. We'll take it one step. That's why I'm going to do it.
Oh, I agree.
All this, he's going to do this. Everything. No, you just did it. Everything is fixed. How do you know that?
No.
You didn't say everything.
I'm going through all my I'm going through all of my songs here. I was Mick Jagger.
In that, with that situation, that coaching, that front office situation, I have no reason to give them any credit for anything until we see results. And what we'll be looking for off season.
Okay, well,
we want to see what he does in that free agent.
Peggy, I need a crystal ball. I need something like, okay, I'm gonna pretend this football is a crystal ball because you like to
predict things. Women don't do that.
Okay,
we'll wait and see.
No, but you're saying I want to see, so you can't effing see it right now because it is the 20th of February and we haven't even begun to go through what do you call it, the combine, right?
That
it appears the front office is fucking fixed, Peggy. It's fucking fixed. Okay, I'm telling you this.
If you believe that, go ahead. Not everybody.
I believe.
Not everybody.
Now I'm going to take the Stones. I'm going to do Beatles now. I got to admit, it's getting better. It's getting better all the time. It can't get no worse. I mean, I know I can't sing like Paul McCartney.
Did we say that last year?
I know I can't sing like Mick Jagger.
Can't do any worse than Antonio Pierce. What happened?
Yeah, I was wrong there, wasn't I?
No.
I was
wrong.
There.
I was excited about Pete Carroll. I thought bringing a vet coach like him was going to help the organization. What we didn't do our homework on is his coaching style. From what the Seattle people tell me, and he coached the same way up in Seattle. And it was fine when he had good players.
They couldn't wait to get
them to free agency, and the next thing you know, you start seeing what we saw last year. That's what the Seattle people tell me, and that's what got him kicked upstairs and then out. Okay, when they saw what we saw, information could have been obtained from anybody in the Seattle organization about Pete, his coaching style, but we had to find out. So now we know. Now everybody knows, right? In the NFL.
Now let me ask a question as well. What did we do this year that we didn't do last year?
Are you talking about
that's a very important question.
The selection of the head coach? You think that was done differently this year than last year?
Yeah, it was. Yes, because last year, I'll prove it to you in a couple moves, right? Quid pro quo or ipso facto. There's a friggin' Latin word. You know this shit. You're learning this word. There's a Latin colloquialism for it, like it's proven and right. Last year, we were an unattractive team, right? That nobody wanted to coach because we ran AP out screaming, right? So we went after the coach that eventually went to the Bears, who used us for leverage. And once that happened, our plan B was Pete Carroll. And we could have, if we had done due diligence then.
Captain, who was involved in that decision?
We could have.
Who do you think was involved in that? See, this is what I'm getting at, is the decision making in the organization, which is not very transparent. We cannot see. We couldn't see who was involved. Who do you think was involved last year?
Last year, it was Mark Davis and Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. And this year,
and the reason why It's not Mark Davis. It's Tom Brady using John Spytek as the true GM. Mark basically kind of washed his hands of this. He said, "You guys do the effing job. That's your job."
Team over. He's been doing that. He's washed his hands since he took the team over. There's not any real intention of trying to learn the business. He's never learned the business. So I say his interest was minimum. So now this year, you think it was Brady and Spytek who hired Kubiak?
Yeah, I do. And the reason why I can say that is, A, we had the number 1 pick in the draft. So we have a carrot I was telling you about, the jewel. Who wants to come to this franchise once we kicked Carroll and his boys out? Okay. Mm-hmm. We got rid of them. And we also noticed that we kept his flunky sons on the staff for a while, and Beatty and a couple of those other coaches. We kept them on the staff for a while because we weren't sure what we were going to do with those guys yet, right? And we went after Kubiak, but we waited. We didn't have to wait. We could have went out and got Salah. Okay. We could have went out and got Vrabel, even though I'm sorry, not Vrabel, that was the year before. We could have went and got Salah or somebody of good repute to be the head coach. Okay. We could have had the guy that was the offensive coordinator that got promoted today for the Rams, young guy, Shieldhouse. Okay. We could have went and got him, but we waited to get a guy that has great intangibles and history. We waited on Kubiak. And what I liked about the fact is when we got rid of Pete's flunkies was that we actually said, who on this staff do you want to keep? Because that conversation came out, and he said, well, you can get rid of the Carrolls, get rid of Beatty. I want to keep Rob Leonard because he's worthwhile. I want to keep the running backs coach, even though we lost him. So he went through the staff, and he handpicked people that he would like to keep on his staff. And the rest of them were shit can, gone. So now we knew that we were going to have a head coach that is picking great coaches that he wants to work with and bringing in his own with Dennison, with DeCamillis, with Janico.
And I know you guys,
all of those guys, the guys that he's bringing in.
So excited about what you see. But I'm going to tell you how pragmatists look at this situation, knowing what the Raiders have done in the past, knowing that the Raiders organization doesn't support their head coaches like they should. We have to wait for results. I'm not looking for a Super Bowl appearance.
Yes,
but I'm looking for overall improvement. You keep wanting to jump.
This is a build, Peggy. We're saying
cheerlead. This is going to be great. It's going to work out. There.
I'm not being a cheerleader. No, I'm not being a cheerleader. This is something it smack you right in the face facts. We have to wait, like Kubiak, grow with the staff. Okay.
Patience. Thank you, James.
And like Jimmy Farrell says, we need patience.
Well, stop stoking.
It spelled it correctly.
Yeah, he did. We need to stop stoking expectations. You may have reasonable expectations, but when they hear from respected figures like you talking the way you're talking, it repeats a cycle that happens every year in Raider Nation. We all have all this hope, and even in spite of evidence that we're not going to be a good team, and then it's just this crash in October and November, and people are mad and angry. And, it's because we keep getting excited every time the Raiders make a change. Okay? We don't need to be excited.
Gotcha.
We
One
need to
thing
be
though.
patient. We need to watch and see if the GM does his job, then Kubiak
Uh,
can do his job.
hey, Peggy, how many wins did you project for this team last year that you projected?
Oh, I don't do projections. See, that's something you men do. Y'all love that stuff.
No, 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 no,
I didn't do any.
no. Don't fucking avoid the question. Don't avoid the
You want
question.
me to tell
I
you now
said that
what
this
I would
team.
have thought last year this time? Because I don't do projections.
No, no, I do. I said that this team will be
Y'all love
better
that.
if they should get at least 6 wins. That was my projection. 6 wins. They had
And you'll be
have
happy
4
with 6 wins from
with
Kubiak.
AP, and I said 6 wins. 6 wins. No. I'm talking last year. 6 wins was what I projected the team to have, and I was wrong. It was worse. It was 3. Now, it based upon a brand new staff, getting rid of people that shouldn't have been in office anyway. I say office like it's a political thing, but on the staff. But again, I want to see the makeup. The fact that we have coaches that are worth the salt that I believe in,
And we
that
know
I believe in. And yeah, I believe in Rick Dennison. I believe in Joe DeCamillis. I believe in Kubiak. I kind of believe in Janoko. I said kind of because of what I've seen with him. I kind of believe in
build the kind of chemistry, the kind of mission that the players can buy into. We're hoping that they improve the talent that's on this team, but we don't know how these guys are going to come together and what they're going to produce. We're just gotta wait. You know, every year.
But see, you're we gotta have it now. I said no, we gotta wait, Peggy. But I am confident that we're going to be better than last year. I was wrong last year based upon the year before that, but I think we're doing things right this time. Okay, I gotta wait for the season, but I think at the end of this season,
we always thought we were
in a
doing
year
things
from now, I will be a lot happier than it was. Sorry,
but we've
I
always
missed that.
thought we were
What did you
doing
say?
things- We've always thought we were doing things right. That's been
No. See, that's
the
not quite true.
from day
That's not
one.
quite true.
Dennis Allen, Del Rio. I mean, that's been the mantra. Getting Gruden back. You could just keep going through it.
No,
Every time we make a change.
if you think that I thought we were going to be better with Gruden 2.0, you haven't been paying attention then. I said maybe, but we were actually better with Rich Bisaccia than Gruden because at least they played for Rich Bisaccia because the team got together. I was not a fan of Gruden 2.0. I wasn't a fan of Gruden 1.0, and that kind of got shoved down my throat. Oh, you got to be a fan of Gruden. I like the cheerleader portion of him and like AP, the rah shit. Okay, I like that, but it didn't translate to wins. Okay, even
Because
Pete running around like a young 20-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Because you don't.
Yeah, we didn't have the talent, and we were not built. We were not built with
every line
because we were not built. Yeah, and so Peggy, what did all of those things have in common? It was the GM worked for the coach, correct? All those regimes you were talking about, the GM worked for the coach, right?
Correct.
For how long? For how long, Peggy?
It's definitely since Mark took over in 2012, right? Kenzie didn't do anything.
So at least 12, 13. Right. at least 12 to 13 years, it's been ass backwards. So now in 2026, for the first time in at least 13 years, the Raiders are run correctly.
Maybe.
They have the
I'm
owner
sorry,
that
but
basically
I mean,
divests
anybody
himself
that's been watching this
with a
team,
director of football
even
operations.
since 2002, anybody that's been watching this team is crazy to think that just because you have a new cast of players that the Raiders have changed their old ways. We have a culture here, okay? And it's a culture
Oh my
that
God, Peggy! I don't know what the fuck I have to say.
Well, you want me to cheerlead? I can't do that. Nope. And a lot of us no longer can do that.
No, I want you to wait to see what the fuck you got in front of you.
What did you think?
Because
that's
are
exactly
like my
what I've been saying. I've been saying what we're watching.
Yeah.
Tech. We're gonna see how he behaves on that free agent market, who he's able to get in here for us. We're gonna see how he does with his re-signings.
Yeah.
Right? Who he lets go, who he keeps. We're gonna see. We're gonna see
and that's
how he and Kubiak, bring trust together because they've never worked together before.
I think got it, but I think that the re-signings are going to be the first thing that will show you if we are run right. Because if we let people out of the building that we know are a vital cog, with the first being Stokes, if we let Stokes out of the building, then I'm saying we're still fucked up. I'm going to say
right, and
if we let Stokes out of the building,
is the off-season moves. I was just so disappointed with what was done off-season last year, and I said to myself, "Well, this is his first year as a GM ever. He's got challenges, and bringing in those top free agents, that's going to be a challenge." And with Kubiak working with him, but O-line, and I keep going back to it because we have neglected it, right? Since 2016, I would say 2017.
Peggy, we didn't neglect it. We at least looked at it and we drafted, and that old bastard didn't put those kids in a position to succeed. We looked at it. Spike Tech looked at it, said, you know what? We need to have some young boys back there. And we need
they were just bad. They weren't as bad in 2024 as they were in 2025. I'll give you that. Carroll definitely made it worse, but they were bad in 2024. There's no way any pro looking at the Raiders could have not made O-line their number one, especially if they were planning on drafting Junty. And yet we didn't. That's just a malfunction at such a high level.
And Peggy, I love you, but you never listen. Like you said, we addressed it, and it was not taken care of. We're going to draft Genty. We're going to draft two guys to fill in and learn the system, so that the Genty, our number one pick, and the year before that, our number one pick, Brock Bowers, so he can go out and catch balls, and Genty can run behind the line. We're going to get these new guys, new blood, to take over. And then what does Pete Carroll effing do? Well, I'm going to have Jordan Meredith as my center. Are you fucking?
We were a dysfunctional organization before he got here, and we're still a dysfunctional organization. I have hopes that we have maybe learned lessons, but we were a dysfunctional organization before Pete got here. You can blame Pete all you want. He just wasted another year, right? We've been wasting a lot of years, but Pete just wasted our time.
Actually, I think Pete's destruction. I think Pete's destruction is worth 2 bad years, because he took something and even gutted even gutted the framework of something that AP actually did. At least the players were playing for AP. The mentality was there. He didn't have the players or the coaching experience.
Yeah,
he didn't have the coaching experience, but at least they were playing for him. Right. But so what Pete did is he took all of that mentality and he destroyed it. He destroyed it.
And
that's like, not only did he rip out
wrong coach
for 2 years
for this franchise. We haven't talked about one position, Captain, tonight. That's quarterback. What you thinking?
Okay.
There's only got a little bit of time now. I got no more time.
God. First off, okay. I'm here for as long as you are. Okay. We have a quarterback on roster that I think, with a revamped offensive line, can be a decent, and that quarterback is. Did you hear any of that? Because I know I was going through circles on that.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Give me a name.
Who's that? Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, I'm an Aiden O'Connell fan, but
Aiden O'Connell.
I got issues with his health. Okay, that's the only issue. Aiden,
I got that.
I think Aiden is the guy, but I have issues with his health. And I don't think it's just
well, I got issues with my health too.
Yeah. I got hurt way too much for me. I need more durability. He could use going on, but I liked Aiden. He every time I see him,
I like Aiden too.
He gets better.
Yeah. Right? And remember, he's got 2 wins against Kansas City that he didn't throw a touchdown. 2 wins against Kansas City, and he didn't even throw 1 touchdown.
You think
I like that? No, what I'll say, just win, baby.
I think a guy like Kubiak can do something with Aiden. The question is,
I think so too.
Or is the organization going to go out and use that number 1 on a quarterback? That's what we don't know.
They are. Yeah, no, I think now I would be very surprised, and I will be in the draft in Pittsburgh. Hopefully I can get up front for round 1. I have never been up front for round 1. I'm hoping to get up front for round 1. I'm usually, when they pick in round 1 and the people leave their seats, then I kind of get up.
We'll know. But let's go back to that.
I'm sorry, honey.
The camera loves you. But let's go back to that. So the plan, you think, is to keep Aiden maybe and develop him.
Yeah. No, it's not a maybe. Yeah.
And then draft a young quarterback.
Yes, but here's my wild card that I knew you were going to ask about it. Okay. We got another quarterback that's on roster that I can't wait to get rid of. I don't care if it costs us 30 or 28, whatever the number is. I want him gone. I want him gone like yesterday. Okay. I want Geno Smith gone. But I still think that, based upon the amount of money that we have, I think that the Raiders are going to look at a seasoned, operative word, seasoned quarterback that Kubiak can work with. And I'm going to throw a name that a lot of people don't like. And that's Kirk Cousins. And the reasons why I throw Kirk Cousins' name out there is because Kubiak and Janoko have already worked with him in the past. So there's that, the teaching thing. I didn't say Derek Carr, because everybody's going to say
he's just a little bit on the pricey side. You know,
you know what? As a stopgap, I tell you what, I would have more faith in Kirk Cousins than I ever did in Geno Smith.
Well, yeah, and we could spend all night trashing Geno. Geno was just a blip on the radar as far as I'm concerned. In and out, just like a Garoppolo and a bunch of other Raider quarterbacks that we have survived throughout since 2002. So, I mean, it's nothing really to talk about with Geno Smith.
Right.
But here's what I don't get about the scenario. You're going to use number one on a quarterback. You're going to keep Aiden, and then you're going to go in the free agent market and get a vet. So
yeah.
who starts?
And it might not be. Well, first off, that goes in camp. First off, the one person that does not start is Fernando Mendoza. He does not start. I mean, the only reason why I want Fernando Mendoza start a game is if Aiden O'Connell, because you're talking about his health, Aiden O'Connell is hurt. And Matt Marinovich, I know that those wins were because of the defense. I get it, but he still has 2 wins. Okay. I want either Cousins and here's the big or veteran quarterback TBD. Because there are some veteran quarterbacks that might not cost as much. They might not cost as much. You just got to look at what their price tag.
So it'll be between O'Connell and that vet, that to be named vet that starts.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
All right. And what about all those people out there that not only want to draft Mendoza, but they want to see him play? They want to throw him into the fire like all those other rookies.
You know what? Good. Show me a rookie. Show me a rookie that actually was worth a salt. That was worth a salt that started from game one. Okay. Even Chase Daniels, he came back to the pack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear Caleb Williams' name because he got better as he progressed, but he took a step back before he stepped forward. Okay. Caleb,
and then,
Chase Daniel, or not Chase. Yeah.
And guys, next time you see me, I will have the results of a huge project we're working on, quarterbacks who start as rookies. I don't think their careers turn out too well. Okay. And I'm looking at case in point, CJ Stroud. Case in point.
That was my next name, Peggy. That was my next name.
I mean, this guy was a Hall of Famer year one. Well, you got to figure if he's any good, year one, nobody knows anything about him or the offense you're running.
Then they get tape.
Right.
And they get tape.
Right. So then year two, what begins to happen? The leveling out begins. Rarely do you have a guy. Mahomes was the only exception that I've seen that you see him year two, year three, and year four, and he gets better. And then you have the exception.
But Mahomes didn't start as a rookie. They took Mahomes until week 13. I would say 14.
Yeah, that boy that went to the Redskins. He started game 13, okay, of his first season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the same thing happened with Rodgers, with Brady. I mean, they did not start right out the gate.
Yep.
And I'm going to have the results of that study. I'm willing the result, what I've seen so far, those guys still need to sit on the bench sometimes. But some franchises are so desperate. Are we one of those, Captain? Are we one of those? Are we so desperate for a quarterback that we'll consider starting rookie?
We are, but I'm hoping we are desperate, but I'm hoping that we don't do that because we are desperate. We have all of these people that said he's ready to start now, and this is a bunch of minions in Raider Nation. You know, I think I like to see
I mean the
little yellow
over Mendoza
things. Which he's ready to start now.
I was just cracking up. I mean,
I'm sorry. So one more time.
the frenzy that Raider Nation went into over Mendoza, I was just cracking up. I said, "Here we go again."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the kid's gonna be a quarterback. I do think that. I think he has, first off, he's got it up here. He might not have all of the physical attributes, but he has the mental capacities to be that guy. And it's not that he sucks physically. He doesn't suck physically. His arm isn't all that in a biscuit, but he knows when to throw it, when not to throw it, where to throw it, when not to throw a pick. Hey, Gino, don't throw an effing pick like every other, and to the same guy, too, in the same area. And Gino Smith is a 10-year vet.
Like I said, Gino's just a blip. Garoppolo did the same thing. I mean, we've had some really bad.
Jimmy Garbajopola. Oh, God.
I mean,
don't even get me in the start on
Jimmy Garbajopola. Throwing more picks. Again, the only thing that stopped him from breaking Gino's record was an injury. So we've had our share of we could tell bad quarterback stories all night long. I prefer to forget them. Just forget it. Because now we're looking at the future. You know what I'm going to do with Mendoza? And I've got to run. I'm going to look at his bad games. I'm going to look at his losses. And I'm going to look at his games that he only won by 3 points or less. Those are the games I'm going to look at. I want to see what he does.
Thank God they got a good kicker that
aren't going well. Okay? That's the kind of quarterback. I need a Stabler. I need somebody that pulls stuff out of his back pocket when he can't figure a defense out. Then he goes to his own plan A and plan B and plan C. So that's what I plan to do with Mendoza. I'm going to look at all his losses and all his tight games, because that's going to really tell me what kind of quarterback he is under pressure. Okay? That's the kind of quarterback I want to see. Anyway, it's been a blast as usual. And listen, I will wait my time. I'm going to wait until summer, the draft, before I come back on to talk again, right? We got to get your list of draft picks. And so we'll talk soon. Okay? Be patient, Raider Nation.
Okay. And Peggy,
don't jump to any conclusions, negative or positive, about what the Raiders are trying to do now. Okay? Just be patient.
Now, I'm gonna quantify this as well. You look at me, I'm not that draft guy. I'm not. Okay. Angelo is a draft guy. Okay. Tom, Raider Fester, he's a draft guy. My gentleman in Dallas, that I'm brain fog. I do have old guy disease. The guy Demon King, he's a draft guy. They sit and they said this guy, and they got all the intangibles and they got all of the different things on them. Okay, they're draft guys. I'm not a draft guy. I actually get a lot of my information from listening to them, because I don't know all the stuff but they watch film from college and they say X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, well, this guy at least knows what the hell he's talking about, because I'm not a draft guy. But I will give you stuff that I might have maybe heard. But if you're saying, well, who are my picks? I'm like, I hate saying it, but and we've done this in the past. What I say, BPAIPN. Best player available in a position of need, because that's what the truth is, right? That's what it really comes down to.
Best player available, and a lot of Raider Nation believes that's going to be Mendoza if we keep the pick. We haven't even talked about that. We'll talk about that when I come back draft time. All right, Captain. See you soon. Bye.
All right. Love you, honey. And by the way, Jimmy Farrell we get along. We get along, Jimmy Farrell. I got that. And here's the thing though. If we trade the pick, then that means it has the consent of Klint Kubiak. It has the consent of Klint Kubiak because Klint Kubiak didn't come over here to have that pick traded, right? He came to get the pick. And I agree with Money Truck. There's no if about keeping it. I think we are. But let's talk about the other trade that everybody, and I'm saying everybody, I'm so sick of hearing about trade Max for this. I didn't hear the volume today, but it was like, if the Raiders were on the phone with the Bears, or the Raiders are on the phone with the Cowboys, or the Raiders are on the phone with, I can't remember, who was the third team? It was a third team. The Raiders are on the phone. Who hangs up first? I can't remember who the third team was. And I couldn't see what the result was. I just saw that, we got Max Crosby available for X. I know it was the Cowboys. I know it was. See, now I'm even forgetting who the two teams were. But I think, and I agree with this, Money Chuck, that it's not going away. And I will see Max Crosby about as close as I am to you in the screen. I will be that close to him in less than a week. Thursday night. Or no, Friday night. So yeah, a week tonight. I will be this close. Fuck, I hate when I get this thing. Hopefully you guys are listening to this. Do you think that there's going to be any talk finalized for Max Crosby before March 1st? Just go sleep. Go to sleep or watch some Paramount or the other pay-per-views, right? I'm watching Tulsa King now. I missed it the last couple of years, so I went through season 1. Watching Tulsa King. That shit's entertaining. I'm going to watch Paradise when it comes back on next week. That's entertaining. I'm going to watch more Star Trek Academy when it comes back because that's entertaining. If you're waiting for the latest bullshit rumors about Max Crosby, don't just wait until March 1st because nothing's going to happen before he gets given the Gorman Award, i.e. the Commitment to Excellence Award. He's not saying anything, and the Raiders ain't saying anything. Just go to sleep and come back later. It's a fruitless, stupid endeavor. And I kind of agree with Mr. Valentine, and thank you for being here. We're not trading the first pick. It's going to be Mendoza. But the other picks, that's when shit happens. Are we trading up to get somebody at the end of round 1 and using collateral? EMAC, we don't. First off, if Kenneth Walker is that guy, I think we got a guy that's better. So if you're thinking Kenneth Walker to the Raiders, no, maybe somebody would go get him. It ain't going to be us. That's redundant. We got a guy that can be that guy. His name is Ashton Genty. But, you do with that Kenneth Walker. Yes, I want that captain. Want what? Oh, trading up into the first round? The end of it? Yeah, I want that. But yeah, it's going to be entertaining. And Max ain't saying shit to us. If you think Max Crosby is going to go out in the Commitment to Excellence Award dinner and say, hey, I got a news flash for you. Been real, been fun. Thank you for the time, Raider Nation. I'm outie. Peace. It's not happening. And it was shit like what this last year when he came in and said, "Hey, I'm here for the long haul, and I'm in the building, and I'm working my ass off. I'm here to get a Super Bowl with the Raiders." That's what he said last year, and that's the way he is. He ain't saying shit. So if you think it's going to happen, just go away. And I don't want Tyreek Hill either. But yeah, there are guys that are out there. I think Malik Willis is going to get a big bag of money thrown at him because he is a free agent and he has capability. But the other guys, I saw Case Keenum's name. Yeah, and he can work with Kubiak. Yeah, if he checks out, do that. Rashad White from the Bucks. Yeah, great. They're going to need guys. No, I'm not saying that we're going after Malik Willis, EMAC. I'm not saying Malik Willis is going to be a Raider, but he's going to get a bag thrown at him, a big bag of money. It isn't going to happen until it does. And thank you, Lamar, for saying the obvious thing. If you've battered your lady, you ain't coming to the Raiders. If you battered your lady, you ain't coming to the Raiders as a player. Been some guys that were stupid coaches that did alleged stuff. I want to make sure I watch everything I say. But Tyreek Hill ain't coming here. As long as Fred Biletnikoff's presence is felt in the building, it ain't happening, folks. Tyreek Hill can suck a big bag of dicks. It ain't happening. Not in our. There's a wire street on the Chargers we can get on for. Yeah, there's a couple of them. Yeah, I agree there, Anna. Thank you. By the way, I want to give Anna all my platitudes. Okay, there are people here that have been. Matt Marinovich has been on this show forever. Jimmy Farrell, forever. I love them all, but my number one fan, other than Ned Winchell, is Anna fucking Diaz. Where is it? This lady right here. Anna. You know how like when it's Bucky fucking Dent because the fucking is a good thing? Anna fucking Diaz. That is my fan right there. And I am the fan of Anna Diaz. No, AMAC, you're not number 2. I'm sorry, bud. You're a good kid, but you ain't even in the top 10. I can't name 10, but I know you ain't in the top 10. That's not a slam at you, but you haven't made your cut your dues. Jimmy Farrell might be in the top 10, probably is, but you ain't number 2. I'm going to show you who number 1 and number 2 is. Number 1 is on the screen now. That's number 1A, not even number 2. Ed fucking Winchell, Anna fucking Diaz. They are up there. Maybe I don't know, top 5. I have to check, Jimmy Farrell, but you're definitely top 10. And Anna, as long as you're staying healthy, anytime you're around, I love you, and we all love you. Oh, Vicky Ginn is definitely top 5. Vicky Ginn. Got Anna and Ed and Vicky again. That's top 5. I'm sure there's 2 more people. Favorite troll, top 3? Probably. Because I can't think of them, all of them there. But again, this is it. I want to thank Peggy for coming on, and I want you to know, and Jimmy Farrell, please listen to this, okay? Peggy doesn't hate me, and I don't hate Peggy. I'm not mean to Peggy, and she's not mean to me. We've gone for years talking stuff. We love each other. Be nice to Peggy. I'm always nice. The preacher's definitely top 10. Got the bishop, yeah. See, I did people, I because I haven't seen him in a while. Bishop, yeah, definitely top fucking 10. Because I've known these people for years. And Matt Marinovich, like I said, Matt Marinovich definitely is there, dude, because he's always here. I positive, and then we start going into the younger kids, positive Phillies in the younger kids crowd, Emacs in the younger kids crowd. They're young. Even friggin' what do you call it? Oh, I'm forgetting his name. He's like Raider Mode, younger kids crowd. And thank you, Lamar, for saying it. Yes, shout out, man. We wouldn't, and I think it's entertaining. I'm hoping it's entertaining. It wouldn't be entertaining if we said the same thing, right? It'd be 2 people saying the same shit. No, not the same shit. Mr. ND? I don't know, Mr. ND. Jimmy Farrell, I don't know. I don't know who. If you want to keep it on the low, just text me. Me and Hollywood are tight. Me and Hollywood definitely that's top 5. Notre Dame, okay, yeah. Well, actually, there's 2 Notre Dame people there. You got Jack Kenna. Jack Kenna is Notre Dame. And then you got the other guy who's Notre Dame. That's Demon King. They're both homers of the Golden Domers. Domer homers, right? Great guys. Oh yeah, Xavier. What is this now? I gotta go through like an Academy Awards speech. I want to thank my coworkers. I want to thank my agent. I want to thank my wife. I want to thank my wife and my side bitch. I want to thank all. No, I thank everybody. Thank you for being here. I do. I thank you. You know why? Because I'm here doing it. Oh, Xavier's great. But anyway, unless you have something to put out right now, I say you got 7 minutes to say, I want to come on. I want to come on. And EMAC, excluding you, because I know you want to. But I want to keep it at 90 minutes. Why? Because it's Friday night. And I am pissed. Did I tell you I got a brand new hot tub and I can't even use it yet? Can't even use it yet. It was delivered. I cleaned my lanai. Right? But the electrician didn't come over to connect it. I'm kind of pissed at it. So on Tuesday, when that TV goes outside to be the great TV on the lanai, it's a great TV, 70-inch, sharp, Aquas, fucking great picture. Decent sound, but it's not Bluetooth capable. And Jimmy Farrell, if you're talking about people that don't watch the show anymore, that's on them. I have no ill will. I don't. I don't have any ill will. Because if I did, they would know it. No ill will. They don't want to come in anymore. That's up to them. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, man. I'm not a day at the beach. Landman, there you go. Emacs talking some good shit. Landman. Tulsa King, I started watching. Fucking awesome. I'm going to watch it a little bit after this. I don't have Netflix. That's why I watch the networks I got. Paramount. I got the other one. Yeah. It was Paramount, CBS. Hulu is ABC. And then the one that's, what was it? NBC is Peacock. I got Peacock. I don't have Netflix. But I'm going to leave with this. Yeah, Landman's definitely Paramount. And so is Tulsa King. Is congratulations. I'm going to say a couple. Congratulations to the United States women's hockey team for fucking winning the gold medal and beating the Canucks. Congratulations to Alyssa Liu, who after taking a couple years off because she wasn't digging it anymore, is again an Olympic gold medal winner. And congratulations to the United States men's hockey team for beating the piss out of what? Slovakia today and getting to play the Canucks. I know they're the Canadians. I like to say that. Kind of piss Richie Richey off. But no worse. They're going to get no worse than a silver medal and hopefully a gold. Congratulations to all these people. Yeah, I saw that, Jimmy Farrell. The women's captain and this is her last Olympics. Actually, it's her last Olympics, and it's her fiance's last Olympics. She was the speed skater. She's from up in Ocala, right up the road. And was saying, yeah, I'm going to marry my fiance. Then you expect to hear a guy's name. Nope. It's a girl's name. So good for them. But yeah, good for her. She gets to carry the flag for the women's representative. And I think the other skater, male skater? He's carrying it for the United States for the men, right? Would it be a big mistake to move off Crosby? I don't know, Ed. I'll say this. I'll stop with this. If Max Crosby wants to go, I think we'll accommodate. Because there's nothing worse than having a player play for you that doesn't want to be here. Case in point, Khalil Mack. Didn't want to be here. Let go. And notice I don't call him 50 Who anymore. I've actually kind of softened my stance on that. A lot of respect for Khalil Mack. He's not going to wear his jersey until he's fucking retired. Maybe he'll come to the Raiders next year. That would be great. Oh, and EMAC, we're not going to trade Daniel Carlson. He's a free agent. You don't need to trade him. He's a free agent. Whether he's re-signed, that's the question. And I'll probably put some money on my Gators for March Madness. Game by game. Game by game. I'll actually have to put some money in my account. But having said that, we're at the 90-minute mark in 3, 2, 1 mark. So I say thank you for being here. Be here on Sunday. Until then, have a great weekend. I got some taxes to do again. And I got some shows to watch. And I'm going to be pissed that I don't have a fucking hot tub to go into. Yeah, I saw like at the bar they were showing like baseball. I'm like, is this for real? For real? But yeah, I guess they started games today. So pretty soon, where is it? Pretty soon, I'll get a chance to wear this for all my shows, right? I'll wear this. Whether we get things right or not, I'm gonna be doing that. Y'all take care. Thanks again, Ed Winchell and Jimmy Farrow and EMAC and Mr. Marinovich. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of Marinovich, signed copy by Todd Marinovich and his writer, who is actually Steve Wright's wife, the former offensive lineman, Lizzie Wright. Signed copy. Yes, I paid for it. It wasn't free. I also bought Stephen Wright's book, obviously. So there are books out there. I'm trying to get Pancho Glover's book. If he responds to me, I'll pay for his book. I like autographed copy. If I was mentioning Matt Marinovich, I'd say, oh yeah, I gotta show the book. So there are books out there, and Pancho Glover's is going to be one of the next ones I try to get. Bought a Ken Griffey. That's cool, man. Get my video. I'll have to check it out, Jimmy Farrell. Cool, Kev. Thanks for being in here, man. I know you're usually working. So again, until then, got to do my outro. I'm on Instagram. I finally made it over 2,500 subscribers. So I want to thank y'all for doing that. I ain't getting really paid a lot. I mean, it's minimal, but I like the number. I got 2,500 subscribers. So I guess I'm doing something right? And thank you as an audience. Y'all take care. I'm going to bust out of here and go watch some more Tulsa King or whatever. Take care. We'll see you Sunday if all goes well. Peace! Yarg! From Captain Jack.